Hey guys, what is up? Today I come to you with a weekly review of All Out, and we are at episode 6. Now, this episode, we have to say, was mainly focusing on Ebumi. Now, I can kind of guess there are a lot of people that still are unsure of his character and possibly don't even like him all that much. But after today's episode, I can say for sure that you may start to like him a little bit more. He's still rough around the edges, and he more than likely fits in the category of a tsundere, but nonetheless, he got that character development that was much needed for him, and it might elevate him up in, characters that you like. So they're training still. It's the golden weekend and their golden week, so there's like a whole week off for school due to the various holidays are falling, and the team is still trying to cope with their temporary coach Komori, and the fact that he's giving them such rigorous practices. He's giving them that, so there are still some team members that are still not used to it, and they complain because it's training is too hard, they're tired, and they're sleeping over at the school, so I don't know if they have chances to go back home and everything, but they're sleeping over at the school during their golden week. So practice is tough. And Ebony is just, you thought he was an angry character, but he just starts blowing up on everybody for like, what's the point of you complaining? You're dragging back the team. You're not catching the ball. It's better if you quit. And we even have where one of the characters are telling Ebony that, we saw you walking out at night, because the thing is, Ebony, when everybody's sleeping, Ebony leaves and then he comes back at a later time during the nighttime, and you're wondering, what is he doing? And it's not like nobody has noticed what he is doing at night. They don't know exactly what he is doing, but they know he does leave during the nighttime while everybody else is sleeping. And they're telling Ebony basically to his face, it's like, you better quit because you never come to practice, and now you're coming here yelling at people. Now, this is where we dive into his character, where Ebony, he still is a delinquent. He likes to fight with people. That's just the type of person he is. But after his talk with Matsu, before I get into that, the voice actor from Matsu, is he still the same voice actor that does Kiyoshi from Kuroko no Basuke? Because it sounds so similar. I'm so sorry, but I keep hearing Kiyoshi Tepe. I keep hearing his voice. It's just every time I listen to Matsu-san, I'm thinking of Kiyoshi Tepe from Kuroko no Basuke. But aside from that, totally different anime, totally different sport. Going back to this, Ebony, there was a flashback, and flashbacks tend to be, very emotional. It wasn't that emotional, but it kind of gave us like what type of person Ebony was, and he was introduced into the sport because of Mitsumi, and he got into the sport and he started to develop a liking towards it. And he says himself, what he heard from television is that rugby is basically a game, a sport that is a lawful brawling. So you can beat your opponents because of rules, and you won't get into that much trouble. And that's why he loves the sport. He loves the thrill. He loves that he can, tackle people to the ground and not, get in trouble for it. So that's why he continuously practices hard, and that's why, even though he doesn't come to practice during like the day or the afternoon, it's actually that he works harder than everyone else. We see that he is actually indeed a very hard worker, because at the end of the day, he wants to win. He wants to know what it's like to be the champion. That's why he doesn't give up. He goes at night to go train, and it gives people the suspicion that he's walking out, and that's why he doesn't feel like coming there in the afternoon. But indeed, he's working out at night, and it possibly may lead to him being very tired come towards later in the day, hence why he skips practice at times. Now, of course, every sport does have their their tournament championships, and for the rugby, for high school rugby players, is Hanazono. So for the years that they have had the rugby team at Jinko, they have been trying to aim for Hanazono, but would fail. So this year, the fact that they now have a temporary coach, who I hope that Komori will become their permanent coach, he's going to reform this team, and this will be a brand new Jinko Rugby high school team, something that they have never seen before, any other school has ever seen. And this will be carry on for each new generation of players that are to come to this school and play rugby. So by the end of the episode, we see where they're continuously training, but we also see where Komori seems to have a soft spot for the team, because he tells himself that he doesn't have any children. He never had children. But the fact that he's seeing this young team of males giving everything that they have, so that some way, somehow, that they can enter the Hanazono, he will find it difficult, because he doesn't know how to interact with children. He doesn't know how to especially interact with teenagers, because teenagers have loads of emotions ranging in them, and they're still trying to figure themselves out, and there's a lot of things going on with teenagers, so they can be quite a handful. But you see where he gives a soft smile. He finds it to be challenging. He's going to find it to be very hard, but he cannot wait. You can see he cannot wait to mold this team into a very fitting team. And that really did touch the core. That was really a nice scene that we saw in this episode. Might I add, you're the manliest of men if you wear a pink floral t-shirt. Of course, I'm talking about my favorite character, Seki-san. He woke up out of his sleep when he saw everybody training at night, and then he's wearing that pink floral t-shirt like it's nothing. That's what he wears to sleep. And then he's yelling at everybody to go back to bed. And I'm like, yo, Seki-san, you look good in that t-shirt. You look good in pink. You rocking that pink floral t-shirt, really nice. And so that's a little tidbit I had to end in there. But if you guys saw this week's episode of All Out, episode 6, please do drop a comment down below on how you felt about this week's episode. What are your expectations for episode 7 and so forth? The links are in the description box as always, so you guys could check that out. And I'm Kimmy Chan of Anime Legends Podcast, and I will see you guys later. Bye!